guys, it has been quite a while since I filmed a video, and I was thinking one of the reasons I started this channel was to share my college life, so I thought what better than to make a video about 5 things I did not expect about college. College is significantly different than high school and anything I've ever experienced before in my life, and there's so many things that I didn't expect and other things that I kind of knew I was getting myself into coming here, so I just thought I would take a look at all those things. For those of you who are applying to college or transferring or just kind of want to see what this lifestyle is about, this video is for you, and I hope you can get some insight on it and see kind of what this life is all about, this college life. So let's get started. The first thing about college that I did not expect is the dorm culture. My only exposure to the dorms before is that my sister had lived in the same dorm that I live in 2 years ago. It is wild. Like, I do not even have the words to express just the absolute insanity of living in the dorms. I definitely recommend it because you can never get an experience living in that type of environment ever again. It's just like, it's crazy. There's so many aspects about it, so I kind of just threw all the like dorm information into one little item. The noise level that comes from the dorms is just like ridiculous. I did not expect it. Pretty much all hours of the day except for the morning, it is ridiculously loud, like all the time. People vacuuming, people yelling, people just talking. It's just so loud. You live in such close quarters. So I live in a co-ed floor. Every other room is boy, girl, boy, girl. And that is interesting to say the least. I also live in a quad, so there's 4 of us with 2 bunk beds in my little room, which is quite the adventure, but I would say it's going pretty well. But yeah, the dorms are just insane, like truly. I can't really speak for other dorms because I've only, of course, ever lived in mine, but mine is party central. There is always some sort of function or gathering or something or pregame going on. It is madness 24/7, and I kind of knew going in that I was gonna live into the party dorm, but I did not expect it to be so constant, like truly 6 or 7 days a week there's a party going on. That is kind of a lot to deal with, like studying wise, and I'm very much not a partier. Like, I go out on the occasion, but that's not my thing. So I kind of have to learn just to be like, you know what, everyone else is doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna let them bother me. I'm gonna chill in my room if I want, and if I wanna go out, I'll go out, but I'm not gonna be bothered either way. Another thing, I know this is pretty much just confined to my one dorm, but it is a pretty old building that I live in, and the fire alarm goes off nearly every single day, and that is a very exhausting experience because all 9 floors of the building have to evacuate, and they have to wait for the fire department to come and clear the building, and it's just a long process. It happens when it's raining. I've been in the shower and the fire alarm has gone off. Like, it's gone off at 3 in the morning. It's ridiculous. It happens a lot, but you know, that's just a part of the life that I live in the dorms. So I am very much looking forward to having my own apartment next year, but I'm very grateful that I get to live in the dorms and experience this crazy lifestyle for my freshman year of college because it's pretty crazy, and I don't think I could get this experience anywhere else. The next thing I did not expect about college is the stress level. I thought I would be absolutely stressed out of my mind, like my classes are gonna be so hard because, you know, it's college. Like, I thought I was gonna be struggling, and I was so nervous about the amount of stress that I would be under. And truly, very, very, very little of my stress actually comes from my classes. They're so doable. The work, it's just like going to school. Like, I can absolutely do my work. It's not that hard, and there's so many avenues that if it is hard to get help. But yeah, it's all about time management and being self-motivated, which I am a very self-motivated person, so I can get my work done. But even if you're not, like, it's not that hard your freshman year. It is so easy to adjust, and it's very doable. So like, if that was something you were concerned about, which I definitely was, I'm like, how am I gonna be on my own, force myself to go to class, force myself to get my work done, like, it's gonna be so hard. You can totally do it. It is not that difficult. Most of my stress though comes from money. So like, the money stress comes from like having to stay alive, you know what I mean? Like, I'm taking care of myself. Like, I've lived at home for 18 years, and now here I am on my own surviving, and that is pretty crazy to me, the fact that I'm just up here surviving. But yeah, I have my meal plan and whatever, so it's like I have food available to me, but I do like to get the necessities for my dorm for the morning if I'm hungry, just some snacks and like shampoo and conditioner and toothpaste and stuff like that. So that is a factor, worrying about my money. and stuff like that. And then the majority of my stress comes from trying to get into the nursing program. And while I have like a few pre-nursing classes, for the most part, all of that is like outside stress. Like my classes are completely doable. And the reason I'm stressed about them is because I know the grades that I need to get into the nursing program. So that being said, freshman year of college is not that stressful, which shocked me completely. Like it's doable and I'm doing just fine and you will do just fine. So the next point number 3 is calling professors by their first name. That just freaks me out. And I kind of had the understanding that some professors prefer to be called that just from like, I don't know where I heard that before, but it's true. And most of my professors prefer to be called by their first name. And the fact that like I walk up to them and I'm like, oh hey, and address them by their first name, or addressing emails, like sometimes I'll just be like hello instead of saying their name, because it makes me feel so weird, like being raised in the culture where everyone's addressed by Mrs., Mr., or Doctor or whatever. So weird to me using their first names, but kind of starting to get better with it. I really like when they're like, you can call me Dr. so-and-so or whatever. I'm like, thank God, like I don't have to deal with the stress of calling them by their first name, because I always feel like I'm doing something wrong, even though they literally say in their syllabus or the first day of class, call me by my first name. I don't know, it disturbs me, truly. The 4th thing that really shocked me about college was the process of adjusting. I am such a homebody. I love being home. I've never spent more than a few days away from home. So coming to college, I was kind of like, am I gonna be able to do it? Like be away from my parents? And the first few weeks I was like, oh, this is a breeze, like I got this, like really didn't even miss home. I was having so much fun. And then as the newness started to wear off, I was like, oh, I like really want to go home. And I think the adjustment portion of college kind of hit me later in the semester, and it took me a while to get over it, but now I'm like, you know what, like here I am, I'm cool, I'm totally fine. Like, yeah, I miss my home, but I'm completely capable of functioning while I'm here. So the 5th and final thing I did not expect about college is how much I miss the food from home. And that's not to necessarily say that I miss like home cooked meals, which I absolutely do. I love having family dinners with my family when we go around the table and just talk about our days. That's one of my favorite things of all time. But the things that I miss is like fruit. I have a meal plan in the dining hall. The only fruit that they have is like cantaloupes and grapes and sometimes pineapple, which is just such the weirdest combination ever. And I am such a fruit lover. Like I would have smoothies, acai bowls, berries, oh my gosh, berries all the time. Like those were my go-to snacks back at home, and I do not get those here. In the mornings, the dining hall has breakfast smoothies that are like literally this big. They're so miniature, and that's like my one smoothie serving that I get here. It's really quite difficult because I really miss fruit, and I never thought I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm at college, I miss fruit. But I like seriously miss it. Other things that I miss too are the restaurants that are not here. Like that is crazy. There's so many places that I would eat with my friends after school, or just like local in-town places that I would eat, and they're not here. One thing that is not here is Chick-fil-A, and that makes me very sad. I think everyone that goes here can attest to that. But yeah, I did not expect to miss the food as much as I do, so I always take advantage of it whenever I go home, because slim pickings up here, I'm telling you. But yeah, those are my 5 things that I did not expect about college. Even though those things kind of caught me off guard, I have a really good time here, and it's super fun, and it's just a different environment than I'm used to, but it's enjoyable and it's fun, and I'm really looking forward to the next few years that I have here. Thank you guys for watching.